What? Oh, it's Mr. Madness, baby. Marbury, Dick Jones, and now they call me Fire.
Yeah. So, I don't even know how I want to start with this, man. I don't know. It could be two things. It could be the void left when you have content creators such as Tommy Sotomayor. Or no, I'm sorry, because let me correct myself. Tommy Sotomayor, Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate. When these guys are canceled and missing, there's a void. There's also a void in the sense of what Derrick Jaxn provided as a content creator. And the problem with that is I think that it's creating more simps. Like now it's going into overdrive. Like that's an untapped market that hasn't really been hit on since the rise in popularity to Kevin Samuels, and since the the exposure of Derrick Jaxn, and to find out how big of a hypocrite he was. So I'm on TikTok, right? And I want to share these clips, and yeah, then I'm just gonna react to them.
Embrace her femininity with you, then shut the fuck up. If you don't provide and protect emotionally, financially, spiritually, at a high level, shut the fuck up from a woman that can provide for herself. Quit complaining about these independent women. If you not a man, it's gonna be a solution to that. The reason why there's so many independent women out here is because like you be so not dependable. If you provide her with a hard life, don't complain about the fact that when she come in your life, she not being soft. You want a woman to be submissive to you when you can't even submit the full rent payment? All y'all do is offer stress and headaches and wondering why this woman ain't your piece.
All right, and to that.
Jesus ain't
This is a problem with a lot of men today. One thing as a man that you should never have to do is to beg, ask, hope, work for a woman to be feminine. Femininity should come as natural to them as fucking breathing. It's not a reward at the end after jumping through all these goddamn hoops. It's not a consolation prize. It's not a birthday gift. It's something that should come as natural to women as breathing. And the fact that men feed into this whole thing that, oh, well, if you don't make a way for them to be feminine, then you can't say anything. You can't.
What?
Like, that's bullshit. And it's feeding into the same shit that is ultimately just holding us back. We wonder why there's such a conflict and why couples can't come together. And it's simply because nobody wants to play their part. And in this instance, when you see guys like this talking, this is an example of a man not playing his part. There's no man that should tolerate anything less than femininity from a woman. Like, what the hell are you talking about? That's the bare minimum. The least a woman can do for you is be feminine. That's the least. That's not even asking her for shit. And we have guys that's over here and they're telling us, or they're putting out to other men that, oh, you got to work for it. What the hell are you talking about? And I've never heard a man be able to toggle or turn on and off his masculinity. When does a man get to say, oh, well, if you're not a woman and you don't do this and that, then I can't be a man if you don't make me feel comfortable in the space to be like, we don't get that. So why are we promoting the idea that somehow femininity is earned? You're either feminine or you're not. Period. There's no a woman that turns it on and off, she's typically not feminine.
you're a man and you can't pay all the bills, I do not want you to join any masculine modern.
Second point. As a man that I've never been in a relationship where I didn't pay all the bills. This nigga sound like a simp. A man paying all the bills it doesn't give him necessarily like the head of household status. It doesn't, that's not solely what makes a man a man. And that's what I'm saying. This is why this dude seems like a simp. Because he's really preaching some feminine talking points. Because I don't give a damn as a man if I pay the fucking bills or not. I'm the man of the house. Period. That bitch can make more than me. But when she come home, the man right here. I don't understand how these dudes like you can see why there's such an imbalance in society, because men don't take their place naturally with women, and then they project their talking points as ideology that we need to adopt, and it's ass backwards. So the point I was making was just that doesn't make a man solely paying the bills, and it's not an option whether a woman is going to be feminine or not. See, fellas are putting this stuff backwards. A woman needs to present this stuff to you in order for you to know if this is the one that you're going to take care of. Are you going to decide to be faithful to her? This is bare minimum shit that we're talking about, that we have a certain group of men that are almost alleviating women of any type of accountability to the relationship. It's like, how many men, and let's be honest, there's so many men that perish, that die unhappy of stress-related issues, is that because we grow up almost with this ideology. And Black women especially, we have a single mother epidemic in our community. We already fucking know, like, especially, like, we grow up with this, and then we grow up trying to fulfill this kind of given, no take type of thing for relationships. And it doesn't work, and it doesn't make sense. And as a man, if you approach a relationship like this, if you approach dealing with women like this, you are already at a loss. You're coming with everything. You have to be this, that, and the third. You have to be ready to provide, pay all the rent, and you're not even asking for bare minimum from women. And then you wonder why we say these bitches ain't shit. Because you got men convincing women that they don't even have to present the bare minimum. Femininity is the bare minimum. Bitch, that's the least you could do. But it don't stop there. It don't stop there.
I'm getting sick of men saying that. I want a woman to be my peace. No, the you don't. You want a woman that won't question you when you bring in chaos in her life, talking about be my peace. How you want her to be your peace when all you doing is bringing nightmares in her life? And every time she speaks up, you say she's disturbing your peace. Of course she is. You cheating. You ain't available. You don't validate her. When you say you want a woman to be your peace, you mean you want a woman that don't speak up for herself, that don't call you out on your motherfucking bullshit. If you not doing bullshit, shit is peaceful. You don't even have to say be my peace when you are bringing peace. What peaceful ass nigga has ever had to say be my peace? The chaotic men, the disrespectful men, cheating men, the men that got fucking problems, the men that want to have their cake and eat it too, those are the men that scream, I want a woman to be my peace.
Boy, if you don't get...
And there we go. That's why I say that this is where we're back with the simpery, the pandering to women. Be my peace. That's not just limited to toxic men. That is something that men in general struggle to find today. That it is not a toxic man type of thing. And this is the thing with that generalization, because you see, it's the same thing that women do. When men start expressing what it is that they want from women, it's almost the same type of typical, like, defensive, deflecting type of method that they do. And they try to generalize it and make it seem like, oh, well, these men must be toxic, or men are toxic just overall, when this is an issue for all men. I know good, hardworking men that aren't out here cheating, that just want peace from women, and they can't get it. Women today, modern women today, legitimately refuse to give men simply what they want. And this goes back to the point that I was just making about femininity. Peace. It's such a bare fucking minimum. And then we have guys, clowns like this, that are over here shaming and trying to generalize men in a sense for wanting the bare minimum. For the bare minimum that we ask women, most men will give them the entire fucking world. What are we talking about? And that's the problem. That's how we always end up distracted with these weird generalizations. And whenever a man has an issue, or whenever a man has to say, these are men that are speaking out on these issues. These issues aren't limited to just a subquarter of men, and meanwhile, every other man is just over here doing well. There's a lot of men that are unhappy in marriages. There's a lot of sexless, non-submissive marriages that are going on. To make this idea as if like men are just out here cheating and doing this, and then that's the only reason that they're getting turmoil, is just far from the truth. Because really, and at large, men aren't out here knocking down women like that. Women are far more promiscuous now. Women cheat. I would be willing to argue women cheat a lot heavier than men now. So it's just like, yo, we're still playing and going out of this old playbook. Like, oh, it's the man. It's the man. Like, dude, women have to be held to task. They have to be held accountable. And if we're not doing that, then we're just pretty much permitting the same shit that has just held us back, especially in our community. We just got to a point to where we just don't hold Black women a standard at all. And then when we do, and when we try to, it's a problem. We're labeled toxic. We're labeled weak. Our sexuality gets questioned. And you really got to stop, and as a man, and just really realize that. And that's why I keep emphasizing this. These things that we're talking about here with women are the bare minimum. Females that see this video, it's the bare minimum. That means it's the least you can do. Men don't give a damn about your money, your job, your fucking careers, what kind of car you drive. We're asking for really the bare minimum. Because real men have all this stuff that women claim that they present to men that men don't even ask for. It's bare minimum now, and women refuse to do it. And that's the topic of conversation. That's what we need to be focusing on. It's still all this damn finger wagging and finger pointing and yelling and chastising men. Like, you dudes need to get that shit together, man. It is really okay to tell these women what's really going on, and stop making it seem like the guys that are complaining are the problem. No, we really have a problem with the modern woman. That's really an issue. It's the decline in morality is really an issue. And you niggas need to stop pandering and being scared to face it and being scared to speak up and acting tough as if to speak to men in a manner where we need to shut the fuck up. Nah, you cake ass niggas need to shut the fuck up because you're making the problem fucking worse. And that's the problem when we lose the voices of like a Tommy Sotomayor or Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate. That's the problem when we lose those voices. And so because those are the fucking voices that we need. Not these niggas and shit that's you can almost see like his mama and the aunties that he grew up around in him as he speaks and as he projects. Even as he's talking and stuff, he looks like you can kind of see him like kind of drifting to the side. It almost looks like he's being coached by some old bitter bitch in the background, like, yeah, let's go, baby. Like, yo, we got to cut this shit out. All this cake ass pandering and be real with the issues. And that involves women too. Getting real, getting back to what works. But I don't know. I found that shit utterly ridiculous. You guys let me know what y'all think down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when I'm on here giving y'all that grease, that real talk. And until next time, I'm out. Bye!
Say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way, I follow. No need to say. No, where we are heading now, babe. I follow. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what, yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good lies, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh, susceptible.
Now what you trying to be? Crying to every guy you see. Game that usually work on them lanes, but you can't lie to me. Living in irony, truth but not entirely. Beauty skin deep and you only deep as the eye can see. Doing what's manual, stack my chips on the annual. But you average your best and that's word to Kevin Samuels. Now what's your predicate? Strong but still delicate. Offering package deal, but with me, what's the relevance? Can have anyone instead of you. Get some sense what you better do. Expecting me to change when I'm 30 steps up ahead of you. Lot of lies been fed to you. Hold up your scarlet letter too. And since you know better, I think it's time you do better, boo. It's acceptable in the moment with no opponent. Knowing you really want it is magical if you own it. You dying to get a cut, I'm dying to get a nut. So keep your good lies, 'cause I'm buying no matter what.